So, with all the talk recently about all these sexual assaults and stuff people are coming out with, uh, I've finally gotten sick of it. So, I was reading on comic book resources the other day about Ellen Page recounting abuse by Brett Ratner on the set of X-Men: The Last Stand. And as I'm reading it, I'm astonished that more people don't rail against it. So it says here, Ellen's come forward to recount a time when Brett Ratner verbally abused her on the set of X-Men: The Last Stand. And she says basically that he said to another actress that you should F Ellen Page just so she can come out as gay. And here I was a young adult who had not yet come out to myself. I knew I was gay, but did not know, so to speak. So it seems to me like you had come out, you just weren't open about it. I felt violated when this happened, and you felt violated. I'm like, sorry. It's words, and if it bothers you, you can always just speak up. Looked down at my feed. I didn't say a word and watched as no one else did either. So we've got a whole group of people here. He says this, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Although Anna Paquin says that she corroborates what it was or what was said. But nobody says anything. And Ellen Page, from my understanding, is a pretty staunch feminist. So here she is, a feminist who doesn't stand up for herself. Instead, she looks down at her feet and doesn't say a word. This does not sound at all like a strong and empowered woman that feminism says that it is creating and that women should be strong and empowered. This sounds like somebody who has been basically told that she is nothing but a victim over the years, and she gets all mousy, and it's like, oh, boo boo hoo hoo, this person just said something to me and it made me feel awkward. I don't think that's a violation. I think it's pretty tactless, but I don't think it's a violation. She added, Ratner's comment replayed in my mind many times over the years as I encountered homophobia and coped with feelings of reluctance and uncertainty about the industry. And it's like, you got to be kidding me. This is Hollywood, and you're telling me that there's homophobia in Hollywood? Hollywood is filled with homosexuals. Sorry, I don't buy that there's this rampant homophobia in Hollywood. I don't buy that there's this rampant homophobia in North America, period. I think nobody cares. I think if people come out as gay, the people that are going to care, if any, are going to be those that are directly related to them, and that's pretty much it. And that's going to be basically because mom and dad might want to have had grandkids one day. Now they're like, oh no, we're never going to get grandkids. This is so terrible. Not, oh, you're a freak of nature and we hate you because you're gay. That, I think, is far more likely the case. So, further to this, we look here and it's like, they replayed in my mind many times over the years. So, from that year till this, you've had these thoughts, but you've not once come out and said, hey, Brett Ratner is an uncouth piece of crap. You just sit there and you hold it inside. And again, I say fantastic work by feminism, because to me, it seems far more empowering and far better to say, you know what, I was 18 when I turned 19 or 21, whatever the age was that you're legally an adult, wherever it happened. Then you say, great, I'm no longer a child. I'm responsible for my own actions. Here, I'm going to come out now and say that this is what happened. And this is the big problem I have with this whole issue of all these women coming out against Harvey Weinstein and against George Takei and against Kevin Spacey. This is all stuff that is decades ago. So number one, do I believe that it all happened? My inclination is to say no. Because it's been so long, and I just don't think that we can trust people's memories that long. I think there's far too much evidence that shows memory is incredibly faulty. Two, I say these are people who I'm sorry, I can't feel bad for you, because you've accepted it at the time. You accepted the behavior. You didn't go to the police. You didn't push it. You didn't take it into the public sector. And by public sector, I mean file a complaint where it would be a public record that you were actually filing a complaint. You looked at the situation. You said, oh, but I want to be famous and I want to be rich and I want to be a star. And so if this is the price that I have to pay, I'm not going to sacrifice my career and I'm not going to sacrifice my money. So now, years and years and years later, when you've made millions and millions of dollars and you're a star, now you're going to come out and say, oh, boo-hoo, these people treated me so poorly and they harassed me and they sexually assaulted me. Sorry, I'm unsympathetic, because if the behavior is the problem, rather than the fact that you feel bad about it or that you are ashamed of it, you have to respond immediately. You have to go to the police, you have to file reports, you have to do these things. And again, as feminists who ostensibly care about the sisterhood, you need to do that not just for yourself, but to help protect other people out there from this behavior, from these predators. It's like this thing with Bill O'Reilly, where he paid allegedly $32 million or something to an accuser. Again, I look at that and I go, do I believe something happened? I think maybe otherwise Bill O'Reilly wouldn't have paid $32 million. Was it an assault, or does he just want to pay to make this go away? I think it's more likely that it was something that was tacitly accepted, and now he rather than just have to deal with crazy ramifications, he's like, oh, we'll just pay her some money, we'll get it out of here and call it done. And again, I believe that, because if your point is this person is a predator, this person's a sexual predator, we need to make him pay. Well, the goal then should be to get rid of the sexual predator, to put him in prison, to get him convicted, to get a record on this person, to build up a case history that this person is a predatory person. You don't just file these things to get vengeance for behavior that's upon you. You file these things to get these people out of society where they can no longer hurt other people. So by taking that $32 million, I accept that, hey, this is somebody who they're willing to say, yeah, they're not really a crazy predator. They're not really that dangerous, but I've gotten mine, and now I'm going to call it good. I'm going to stop pursuing them because I've got enough money now that I feel comfortable. And I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathy. So even here, when it's corroborated by Anna Paquin, I was there when the comment was made. I stand with you. This was in reference to Paige's statements that in a meet and greet with cast and crew before filming on the 2006 movie when she was 18, Ratner told an older woman in Paige's presence, you should F her to make her realize she's gay. Yeah, like I say, sorry, even though you corroborate that and I say, sure, that might have happened, I don't care, because you traded accepting that behavior for the fame and the money. And I believe that that is what is most important to you. So you got it, and now you just have to deal with it. I don't think these people should be charged. I think that there are statutes of limitations for a good reason. And if it is something that is an actual assault, I think it is the duty of the people who are the victims of that assault to go to the police and to file charges. And I think that it is the duty of feminism and feminists in general to tell other women that they have to behave in that manner. That's far more empowering than sitting around waiting for decades and then coming out and saying, somebody said something really mean to me, or somebody touched me in a bad place 20, 30 years ago. So that's my thoughts on this, and I guess that's about that.